and welcome to Respect the Crit. I'm your host, Ian Duncan, and today I'll be playing Sunny Takasi, the ghoul merchant. My pronouns are he, him. We are also joined in the waste by friend of the show and our international double dad, Xavier Trudeau-Deschênes.
Thank you. Not enough people mention that I'm their double dad. My name is Xavier. My pronouns are he, him, and I will be playing Lance Burnett, the Beauty and the Beast.
I've got a question for you, Xavier. Maybe a question for everyone here. How would you survive the apocalypse?
I wouldn't.
A man after my own heart. I too would be kaputs.
Have to kill people? No, thank you. Just kill me, get it done. Yeah.
Well, someone who has no problem killing people and surviving in the apocalyptic wasteland, Susan Spenader.
I wish you could see my face right now. But let me start off with, my name's Susan Spenader, and she, her, and I'll be playing Gerry, the nomad. And I hope I'm the first that dies in the apocalypse, so I don't have to deal with any of the apocalypse.
Well, you may get your chance because the omniscient overseer of all of this is also here with us to provide us the experience of this apocalyptic wasteland. Please welcome Alex Herrera.
Hi, I'm Alex, and I am the DM for tonight's amazing next session of Fallout Evergreen.
And Alex, how would you survive the apocalypse?
I'm glad you asked me, because it's one of my favorite things to talk about. If I were by myself and I had to survive in the apocalypse, I would do a 180. I would completely transform who I am. No longer would I have the caring, kind heart that I carry with me today. I would become cold, calculated, and survive because I would care only about myself. I would become probably a cannibal because, that's the best source of food out there. I become ruthless, probably like some sort of raider king or something like that.
This sounds very Mad Max, and I'm liking it, yeah.
Also, I finally saw the full, what's it called, Fury Road. I never finished it until like about maybe a few weeks ago with Sam.
Oh, nice. That's one of my favorite movies. I love that film.
Oh, it's so good. It's good. I'm waiting for the next one. Let's make it happen. Tom Hardy, let's go. Furiosa, come on. Everybody get back in the damn movie. Let's do it.
Well, speaking of getting back in, let's get back into our own wasteland, our own apocalypse. So please, Alex, take us away.
Scene begins much as it ended before, with the night sky hanging over the Evergreen, more specifically First Hill, the largest independent settlement in the Evergreen. As our three, I wouldn't call them heroes, but our three main characters sit over their room temperature drinks. One of our characters in particular looks into their cup, and what seems to be a brief session of time for everyone actually expands. As Gerry looks into her cup of drink, she begins to have overwhelming feelings and memories of the incident which brought her to the Evergreen. And we find ourselves in the early hours of a crisp morning. The air not heavy with the stench of industry or blood, but more with the new nature that has become common in the greater state of Washington. The winds begin to carry a little warmth as the seasons are changing. Our young Gerry stands in front of the entrance of this small cabin which has a large wooden door open. It's the cabin that she remembers because her father built it when they decided to settle here for a little while. Dark, deep brown wood logs outline the limits of the room as she's standing in the entrance looking towards the clay red rock road that leads through this encampment and out past the strongly reinforced wooden front gate that the camp have built to keep the dangers of the wilds outside of their small premises. Lila, Gerry's sister, is sitting at a dinner table to her right. Her eyes are dry and red from staying up all night crying the night before. Gerry's mother stands but a few feet behind her, practically trembling from a mixture of frustration, fear, but most of all, simply worry. Lila will, without breaking her gaze from the dinner table itself, speak out towards Gerry. Her breath trembles. You know, it's really dangerous out there. The camp is safe. Why do you want to leave? Her gaze now focusing on Gerry, who has her pack and all of her equipment on her.
Gerry's gonna not look at Lila, but look down at her pack and just like check to make sure everything's there. Dad would have wanted this.
Gerry's mother does not move from where she is standing, probably 5 to 7 feet behind Gerry, and just kind of says in a very low tone, almost trying to establish some form of dominance in a situation where she has absolutely no control. What do you think you're going to find out there, Gerry?
Anything but this. And then like snap towards her mom. Anything but this. We settled here because of you. Dad didn't want this. And then start rifling through the pack again.
Gerry's mother doesn't break her gaze, but one hand in her kind of knitted sweater's front pocket comes out as she begins to wipe a little tear from her own face, her hand trembling as she does so. I had this conversation once before. I was lucky he came back. You're not going to find the answers you're looking for out there, Gerry. But God damn it if I'm not going to try to stop you. And you can see that from the front of her sweatshirt pulls out a pipe pistol and is trembling in her left hand as she forces herself to try and raise it up. Lila gasps as she looks towards Lila, then back to Gerry. Tries to raise the gun up and drops it on the floor, clattering on the wood. Almost as if the sound of another bomb going off, but yet here it's just a crudely put together gun dropping to the ground. She simply stares back at Gerry.
Gerry's trying to hold herself together, and she looks Heather, her mom, straight into her eyes. But he didn't come back from this settlement, from where you made us stay. So I'm leaving like he wanted.
At this point, Lila kind of gets up from the dinner table. She runs, or at least moves quickly towards her mother and puts her hands on her chest as if to say, we can't stop her. Lila just looks at her mother and let her go. Heather looks down at Lila, has one hand on her back as if to bring her into an embrace, and stares at Gerry, breathing heavily, a tremble in her lower lip. Then go. But don't come back.
Gerry, her lower lip trembling, will lean down and pick up the pipe gun. Fine. And then, take a moment, looking at the gun, looking down at it. I love you both. And then tuck the gun away and just walk through the door.
Gerry continues to leave the cabin, walking down the 4 crudely built steps from the porch. Her feet or her boots crunching along the reddish clay road that leads straight through the encampment. Not a single soul is awake, except for her family and the handful of guards that are patrolling the interior of the camp, and those that are stationed at the wooden gate that she's now approaching. The sky kind of fills up with this bright red hue, a mixture of both the sun rising and the large, mutated fauna that now surrounds this park. The plants no longer green here are more shades of brown and red, and have grown and mutated with large roots that now stretch out from their base. Their leaves elongated and kind of entangled into one another, creating this really strange looking canopy. The gate guards see Gerry, acknowledge her as she nods to them, careful not to let them see her face, as her eyes slowly begin to well with tears. Her cheeks are growing a little red. Gerry's breathing picks up a little as she passes by the gate, not looking at the guards or even acknowledging them now when she passes underneath the open gate. She focuses her gaze down towards the clay road. She gets this overwhelming sense to turn around, to go back. She wants to turn back. She wants to go home. She wants to run back to that gate. She wants to push open the door and run into her mother's arms and just let her know that she'll stay, that everything that she said was not true. She wants to turn around. She wants to just never leave, never explore. She wants to settle. But a small voice snaps in the back of her mind. It's a voice that fills her with pride, with confidence. It's a voice that tells her that she needs to move.
Keep moving, Geraldine. Keep moving.
Gerry hears her father's voice in her mind, and she clings onto his memory with everything she has as she continues to walk down this gravel-littered road. As you round the corner, leaving the camp and down into the wilderness area before exiting into this small, ancient ruins of a town that existed there before, Gerry swears that she can hear a woman wailing and crying. As she stiffens her neck, picks up her pack, and we hear the wailing and we see Gerry's eyes well up as she pulls a bandana over her mouth and nose and continues out of frame.
Keep moving, Geraldine. Keep moving.
Our camera returns to Victor's bar, and we are back to you three. So let me just go over the key factors here. One, you've all kind of understood now that Mark comes from the town of Union. In the current world, in the real world, it's like a 30-minute, 45-minute drive. But in the Evergreen, because straight lines are rarely the safest path to get anywhere, it'll be about a day and a half to get there. However, that's not the biggest concern. The biggest concern is that the information you've gathered from all the people you've spoken to, First Hill is on lockdown. No one's getting out. No one's getting in, except for caravans. It seems, because trade, although slowed, is still happening.
Did we learn that last time? Because that seems big for us.
You did. You guys figured it out that the town is on lockdown.
But caravans can leave. Okay.
The trade thing,
So the trade thing, I would say the trade thing you would know simply because Sunny, being a merchant, your shipments have been coming.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
But slower. They've been coming in slower.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Where do you go from here?
I was gonna say, as Gerry hears her dad's voice in her head, she's gonna push away her drink, which is probably like 3/4 full, and then just push it towards Sunny. Like, just, I don't need this.
Everything okay, Gerry? You okay?
Yeah, I just don't need any more.
Oh, you don't like your drink? You want something else?
Nah, I'm good.
You look like you got something weighing down your shoulders. Must be big if it's a problem alcohol can't fix.
Lance leans on the table and kind of interposes between them and goes, well, it's getting late, and kind of nods at Gerry. Sees she's probably uncomfortable. We should probably meet up in the morning, because tomorrow's gonna be a big, big day, I think. I don't think it's all bad, you know. The lockdown and everything. From my experience, being locked down means you're being safe. So let's not knock it.
And then a whole other realization's gonna settle over Gerry.
Yeah, the only issue I got, it seems like not everybody knows that we're in lockdown. You know, it's like not everyone knows, like they're aware that we're in lockdown. That's kind of unsettling to me. I mean, this is the first we heard about it today.
And Gerry with a little bit of wide eyes. But we could leave, right?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we could leave as a caravan sort of outfit, I guess. Yeah, I can make that happen. I can swing that.
You could see her 2 fingers tapping against her thigh, like, yeah, we could leave. We could leave.
You sure you don't want something for that? I got plenty of chems, too.
How loud do you say this?
I got plenty of chems, too.
So just for clarification, in the Fallout universe, chems you can sell in cities. But I've changed it so that this particular one, because it's a very unique settlement, they're not very fond of these things. They're not very fond of chems, Sonny knows, obviously.
He puts a skinny finger up to his decaying lips and just goes, shh, shh, shh.
Maybe we could stop by Mark's place, see if he's got anything there, anything he left behind, anything that,
Yeah, I think that warrants a stop on the way there. Gerry coming with us?
Yeah, I'll come. And then she fishes through her pack for her switchblade and starts, like, flicking that out. Like, it's just a nervous tendency.
Whoa, okay, I see you're prepared. I don't think we'll get into that kind of trouble, but yeah, don't worry. I think we should be fine.
Oh, I'm doing butterfly knife tricks and shit up in here. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, she doesn't even realize she's doing it, and then when you mention it, she's like, oh. And then just does it in her other hand, so it's not completely in sight.
You 3 leave victors. The group travels. It is late now. It's about, I would say, like 9 to 10 p.m. The sky is kind of given this strange, almost aurora borealis hue. And it's both beautiful and horrifying because it's an indication that there is a rad storm coming.
Oh, that sounds bad.
General information on rad storms. You need to be inside when they happen. There's no fucking around with rad storms. If you do not have a roof, or at least 3 walls around you, you are... Oh, 2 of you are fucked beyond belief. One of you, it's gonna feel like a light drizzle. And I'll let you figure out who that one is.
Me? Right? Okay, cool.
I got the jumpsuit.
Ghouls are immune to radiation damage. Everybody else, except robots and ghouls, are kind of screwed. I think super mutants are. Okay, so just humans. Yeah, just humans are kind of
Yes, humans.
short end of the stick. But you got about a good solid 6 hours before this storm comes.
It is coming.
Yeah.
Okay.
The colors are getting really vibrant. It's beautiful, but it's also kind of a big precursor, like, oh shit, it's coming. It's on its way. And about 2 residential blocks north from Amelia's house, you're going to find Mark's residence. It's a very unassuming little container built out of spare vault tech parts again. The doors have this kind of makeshift metallic handle, like it's been constructed out of multiple different pieces.
Does it look like we could enter it like easily, or does it look like something that...
Sonny, give me a perception sneak. Difficulty 1.
Dang, another crit success.
Oh my god.
Gotta respect that crit.
Sonny looks around, and nobody's out. And there doesn't appear to be any type of metallic lock on the door from the outside.
Okay, come on, we gotta do this quick, otherwise you smooth skins, you get all, irradiated. Let's go.
And he just, like, quietly pushes the door open.
Yeah, you walk up, you guys watch Sonny walk up these metallic, loud steps, quietly, like a cat. You all know what cats are, because they still exist, by the way.
They're just giant mutant cats that attack you on sight.
They're very loud, too.
I would say Gerry is thoroughly impressed with 2 things: how fast Sonny moves up the steps, and how quietly he is when he gets to the top and just pushes open the door, almost as if he knew, hey, this door's gonna be open.
Yeah. I mean, Gerry was already, like, respecting Sonny because of all the respect he got from around the city, but now it's like, oh, now you know my trade skills? Sneaking and breaking into places? Wow.
Lance, you have an alarm go off in your head the minute that door opens. It's just this booming voice of the overseer. Breaking and entering! It's like a memory popping into your head.
Yeah. Shakes it off. Like, he just keeps staring at the sky and, like, all right, let's just get it done and go back home. it'll be just fine.
He's like trying to reassure himself. Is that what he's doing?
Yeah.
I love it.
I was gonna say I'd like to spend an action point to make this happen quicker, if that's possible.
That'll
Our
be two
search.
action points.
Two action points? All right, cool.
You got
Big
it. So,
spender.
Sonny walks in as if he owns the place, and once the door is pushed open, he just takes a quick 3 steps towards the desk, opens it up, and begins rifling through papers. I would say that'll take you about half an hour now, 40 minutes to kind of just go through the place. You other two, what are you doing when you're inside this place?
Probably try to like piece up the scene, like try to see if there's like clues from the last activities from Mark. See, like try to get in the headspace, like the detective vision style.
I love it. Gerry, what are you doing?
Immediately close the door
Nice.
and secure it.
She's professional.
And then, after she ensures everything's secure, then she's gonna look for any sign of V or Olivia, like any tie to her,
Gotcha.
because that's
Okay.
their main mission.
For sure. Perfect. So we have 3 people looking for three kind of similar things. I would say that Sonny's action points spent reach out to all of you. So all of your times are cut in half for this. First thing you're going to find, Sonny, you're going to find open letters. And they have been marked with, like, from Dad. All of them say from Dad, from Dad, from Dad. And then a couple of other ones are gonna start saying from Jamie. From Jamie, from Jamie, from Jamie. If you read the letters, I'm assuming Sonny's he's kind of a, he's a messy boy. He goes into the letters and starts reading them, I'm assuming.
Yeah. He wants to know the dirt.
Jamie is Mark's brother, and Mark's real name is Marcos. As you begin to realize the letters, first from his father and then Jamie, say, Marcos, please come back. If you're getting this, I've sent this letter to every settlement, hoping that one of them will find you. Please. The ones from Jamie begin to talk about how things like Dad thinks you're dead. I'm starting to send these letters out. It's costing us a lot. We can't keep doing this. I'm sorry. I hope you get one of these. And the last one is marked maybe about 7 months ago. And it says, I hope you're fine. That's all it says. Just one line. I hope you're okay. They are from the town of Union, as far as you can tell. Mr. Lance, you're looking for any signs of his headspace. You're going in like detective vision from Batman, kind of just...
Yeah, what were the last moments in this place?
This is going to be a little tougher. I'm going to need you to give me a perception... Let's call it perception survival.
Damn it.
Difficulty 2. Difficulty 2.
Let's spend an action point for 1 die, please.
Oh, you got it. Woo-woo! We're at 3 now, boy. Here we go.
Roll it. Oh, nope. No success.
Lance looks around and nothing pops to him. Lance, being a young, outstanding member of his community in the vault, his life was pretty organized. Things were always where they needed to be. So coming to this guy's house and seeing things kind of disheveled, the way a bachelor would live, or a young man living alone would live, he just cannot get over how messy this fucking place is.
Yeah.
There seems to be empty Nuka-Cola bottles on the floor, crushed containers of purified water, and you swear for a second you see a rat roach come out of the kitchen, get shocked, and go back into the kitchen. But alas, your detective vision fails you for this check, unfortunately. Moving on.
All right. Yeah, I don't mention anything to no one.
Yeah, he just kind of... Lance just kind of acting like he's on lookout, right? He looks out the window. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Gerry, I'm gonna need a similar check for you. Perception. Let's call it survival as well. Difficulty 2.
Holy
shit.
You gotta respect that crit.
You gotta respect the double crit. So
Oh my goodness!
Is that a full action points again?
Yeah.
Because they count as 2 successes each, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're back up to 6. You're back up to 6 action points. You notice immediately, Gerry, sticking out from underneath this bed, a bra. I would say Gerry looks at it first, tilts her head, looks at it, grabs a makeshift kind of chopstick, she sees like strewn about the floor, outside of a cup of noodles, with some weird writing from a galaxy far, far away on the containers on the outside.
We're cross-contaminating.
Yeah. Whoa, the worlds are bleeding, bros! Yeah, Gerry uses the chopstick to kind of lift up the bra, and as she's holding it in her vision, beyond it, on the nightstand, appear to be two little kind of pieces of paper, but the difference is they're like a shade of pink. It looks like there was care taken to keep other things away from these two pieces of paper. There are no containers on this nightstand. There are no crushed bottles, no scattered food containers, or any type of debris at all on this nightstand that are even close to these two pieces of pink paper.
Xavier's character looks out the window, and Gerry holds up the bra and then looks at him and then goes, "Oh, this is indecent in front of this beautiful man." Drops it and then blushes for a moment and then looks over at the nightstand.
Yeah, you're lucky you didn't see it.
You see the two pieces of pink paper on the nightstand. The first one says something in very beautiful handwriting, something along the lines of, "I had an amazing time last night. I've never been that high up in the mechanics bay. I'd love to go again." You know, things like that. The second one says, "I've packed my things. I'm ready to go. I'll meet you outside the east gate." This one is dated about a week ago.
Gerry will glance over to Lance and Sunny holding this letter, and then, "I think this is from Olivia," and then hold up this pink tinted letter.
Pack my things. Oh, yeah. I get it, yeah.
He holds up his own bundle of letters. He's like,
Trouble at home, and pretty girl. Your tale is old as time.
Sunny, your memory, as soon as you hold this pink paper, goes back to probably about a month ago. This beautiful young woman is buying stationery from you, walking up to your Brahmin, and this young woman comes up to you and puts this stack of pink parchment, which you found out in the wasteland. And she's asking you how much. You replied, "No. I think something probably low." You see the look in her eyes. She really wants this, but she's not a whale. She's not she's not someone who's gonna have the kind of caps that you can squeeze. So you go to your more charitable side and you tell her 2 caps. Her eyes light up even further and she gives you 2 caps. She takes the paper and turns around, turns back to face you, and smiles and says, "Thank you so much. This is great." And your heart grows 10 sizes that afternoon. But you distinctly remember this paper. You sold this to a young woman.
yeah, he like takes it and smells it, and he's like,
Oh, yeah, I remember this paper. Yeah. I sold this to some girl, cheap girl. Couldn't even afford it, but, I was charitable about it, and, but I remember this paper, yeah.
Well, that's great. Then it's probably her. Then you probably, remember what she looks like, right? That'll be easier for us to find her.
In fact, Sunny does remember this. Because you did this, Sunny, if she's in a crowd somewhere, you're going to be the first to identify her without even rolling.
"Oh, okay, cool. Oh, let me write that down. I can identify V."
Yeah. Never forget a pretty face.
And I wink at Lance.
Yeah, assuming you were looking at her face.
Okay, I think we got what we came here for. I think we put all the pieces together. Let's get out of here before the rat storm comes. I think we gotta go to Union.
Yeah, I guess we head out. I grab whatever I can off the desk or whatever for value.
Yeah,
It's
you
like
get
something.
Sell that paper
Desk fan, yeah.
Yeah, you're getting. Yeah, exactly. You're looting it. I'd say you get some small junk components if you want to write it down.
Okay.
Yeah, to sell it, it'd be worth maybe a handful of 5 caps, right? But if you're gonna do some repairs on that robot, hey, some of this might come in handy at some point.
Right. Oh, yeah,
All right,
yeah.
all right,
That's
all
good.
right.
That's good. I turned to Lance and I'm like,
Hey, you need anything for Mr. Handy? Oh, this help? I get screws and,
Yeah, I'll use whatever I find that's useful. I'll take it.
Okay, great.
and yeah, he just scoops shit into his hand.
I would say you guys leave the house quietly because you did roll a shit ton of crits and no complications and no critical failures to my dismay. You two head back to Sunny Sundries. Amelia has left a note inside as she locked up afterwards. And it says, the Brahmin has been fed, junk has been picked up, all the stalls have been brought in to the storage room. Thank you so much.
You really should pay her.
She's got to work her way up through the intern program first. And right now, Gerry's got that position. So,
Good night, Sonny.
good night, Lance.
So, we didn't talk about this last time, but Lance's room is basically like an elongated closet. Sunny has a ladder he pulls down from the small alcove that leads to this beautiful second floor loft that is the same size as the storeroom below. And I will let you pimp this out, Ian. What would he have up here? Give me three things, three really large kind of like indicators that this is Sunny's room.
Oh god. Okay. Well, I think firstly he's got a bunch of like fairy lights or Christmas lights, to like really have the ambience. It's a little bit of a luxury because it's running electricity, but it's like definitely like they're strung up around everywhere. I think he's got to have like a big bed, right? Like he has like a big huge mattress or something. It's and it's probably on cinder blocks or something because it's Fallout, but like it's still like it's a big mattress all for him. And then I think he has something, it's an old stuffed animal, like the kind you'd win at a fair as a prize. It's a stuffed cow, and it's an actual like pre-war cow with only one head. And it's smiling and wearing a t-shirt that says, "Do the Puyallup."
Fantastic. Because of your description, I will give you 1 action point to your pool.
Oh, cool.
Lance, tell me one thing that Lance has that tells him I'm home when he's in this room.
When he left with rats, this unit of his, he has a good luck charm that he's always had on him is his team captain jersey from his vault hockey team, and it's given him like all the luck he needed when he was hiding in that super duper store for his dear old life. He was kind of like clutching it, and now it's when you present a sports jersey, the way it's kind of like cleanly displayed on the wall, like it's just over his bed, like in between, I don't know, like the sink that's in that kind of closet or whatever. Just
yeah,
like
perfect.
between brooms.
So not only is it a reminder of his accomplishments, but every time he looks at it, it's a reminder of that incident in the Super Duper Mars room. And we're gonna go to Gerry as our camera pulls out from Lance looking up at his jersey, whips to the right, and we find ourselves looking at a mug of some kind of strange concocted juice with steam coming out of it as Gerry sits opposite Amelia in her living room discussing things. As Amelia, I would assume Gerry has given kind of an info dump to Amelia on what she found.
Yeah, and Gerry has assumed like a defensive posture, like holding the mug with 2 hands and crossing her legs even, like in the chair. That defensive posture of just like, your daughter left of her own volition, and that's as much information as we have at this moment. Don't attack me.
I would say Gerry looks at Amelia, and the whole time she's met her, she's been a stranger, but a friendly one, But the same look Amelia has in her face is one she's seen before. She notices the hand tremble a little bit as the information leaves her mouth. And Gerry swears maybe it's the fatigue, maybe it's this drink, but for a split second she sees her mom sitting in that chair directly across from her. A mixture of worry, fear, but overwhelming all of that, in this instance, is anger. As Amelia, without looking up, sometimes daughters can be stupid little cunts, can't they? It's almost like the word struggle to leave her mouth. She shakes her head. No, I shouldn't. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that.
And Gerry's gonna get this look over her face, just like this solid look, like just stern, and she's gonna set her mug down. They have to make their own decisions, and your daughter made hers.
Without breaking away from looking at the ground in shame, Amelia just says, she's all I have. I don't... And you sure there wasn't anything else in there? A note for me or anything?
And then Gerry's gonna look down, like, realize that this isn't her mom. Like, separate. Don't let your emotions get the better of you. No, that's all we got. I mean, we talked to some people at the bar, and it seemed that they were sweet on each other, and...
You see this small, almost like a thread, if you could kind of give it some sort of physicality, a small thread of hope enter her face. V has always... She's a smart girl. And I know that if she could, she'd get word to me, which tells me that they're probably still moving. She gets up from her chair. She goes to the kitchen and opens up a cabinet that has just numerous kind of cups and containers. Pulls out a... you know what? I'll let you pick, Susan. The only prerequisite is that it's something you can use.
Ooh, maybe a better gun.
Okay. I would say if you want a gun, it's going to cost you all of your action points.
Ooh, guys.
Do it. Go for it. That's yeah.
Yeah.
Venom.
If we're max at 6, we can't gain anymore. So let's just lower that total down.
Look at this
keep gaining
metagaming bullshit!
I'm just saying. Get a shotgun.
Right.
I mean, a small gun or lockpicking stuff, but I think a small gun is something someone would have.
She gives you a pipe pistol, but when you look at it, it has the powerful mod attached to its... it's got this kind of attachment, almost like someone really good made this attachment. This is some high level, like high class work on here, and she gives it to you. This was my husband's. I haven't shot it. Ever. I think it'll do you some good. For a split second, we have a Gerry flashback to Gerry, 11 or 12 years old, holding the pipe pistol, tears streaming down her face, as just out of the camera's vision, we see this large brown blob with spots of pink. We can't really make out what it is as our camera is over her shoulder and she's crying, and this thing is on top of and pushing another figure into something else, a pile. Looks like it could be a pile of wood or a pile of stones or something. The only sound we hear is her breathing. We see the gun going off, we see the recoil. Her aim is true, her aim is steady, but this thing does not stop its actions. The entire vision, even the camera's vision itself, begins to fill with red, and it drips down and down over us until Gerry snaps back and has the gun in her hands.
And her hands are shaking for a good 5 seconds before she comes back to herself.
Amelia sees this and immediately, are you okay?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm okay.
Okay. Let me get V's room ready for you. And she heads off down this very short, tiny hallway. And you see just like she stops in the hallway, takes a look back. I know I say this a lot, but thank you. Even if it's bad news, it's still news. And forgive me, but everyone has a mother. And if yours is still out there, I'm sure she's worried about you. Maybe try and send her a letter or something. And if I'm off base, I'm sorry. And she kind of just gives you a half smile and turns around and continues to fix V's room up for you as you are left with your thoughts in this living room, holding a gun that is very similar in design to your father's.
And Gerry will bite her lip, like the inside of her lip, look down at this gun and just say, "Keep moving, Geraldine. Keep moving."
Hello, survivors, vault dwellers, and denizens of the wastes. Thanks for joining me in the mid-roll. We're going to be announcing the winner of our Episode 3 giveaway and the next prize you can win for our next Fallout giveaway. Firstly, thank you to everyone who entered. We love reading your reviews and seeing your answers to the various questions we ask when you submit your entries. And a lot of you are out there looking for our secret codes that give you a boost to your chances to win. That's awesome. So keep entering, keep submitting your feedback. We love hearing what you love about the show. And we like seeing our listeners win cool stuff. As always, if you didn't win this time, please resubmit your entries in our next episode giveaway to have another chance at getting your hands on great Fallout RPG stuff. So, the winner of our Episode 3 giveaway, who will be receiving a physical copy of the brand new Fallout core rulebook and a set of authentic Nuka-Cola bottle caps, please join me in congratulating Gage! Gage is pretty active in our Discord, so you can congratulate them there. Gage has set upon themselves the daunting task of filling up our fan art channel with drawings of our PCs and main characters from our different campaigns. You may have seen some of them. We shared them on our socials. So far, Gage has done an incredibly handsome depiction of Sonny Takasi, the Wasteland Ghoul from our Fallout Evergreen story, and a crew member, the very first crew member of the Way, from our Star Wars story, Verse Shiree. Both of these pieces are really cool looking. I suggest you check them out. Give Gage a follow on the socials. Gage, buddy, I know you're busy, but I cannot wait to see more of the stuff you draw. It's fantastic. I hope you're able to get to all the characters. Thank you so much. Gage also gave us a really great review about our Empire's Edge Star Wars campaign. Amazing RPG podcast. The players are amazing and the GM spins an amazing tale. Also, a fun way to continue the epic stories of Star Wars. Thank you so much, Gage, for writing us that review and including us in the epic tales of Star Wars. You'll be getting an email from me and also from Modiphius, so look out for that so that you can claim your physical Fallout core rulebook and Nuka-Cola caps. On to our next giveaway for Episode 4. Yes, you still have a chance to win cool stuff. We are giving away Fallout RPG swag the entire run of this campaign. And this week, there will be a chance to win a digital copy of the Fallout RPG core rulebook. This is a beautiful, easy-to-read, searchable PDF of the core rules. It's what we use on the show. We've been using the digital version before the physical copies were released. It's so thick with 2 C's. There are tables and setting information and rules for crafting, if that's your thing. There's so much in there. And if you're one of those people that's like, I don't need a bunch of physical things clogging up my life. I got enough on my shelves and on my desks. I want all my RPG stuff on just my tablet or my desktop or whatever. Then enter to win because this digital copy is for you. And if you win and you decide, hey, I do want to clog up my life with all this physical stuff, books and shit, check out our custom URL, modiphius.net/respectthecrit. There you can see all the bundles and sets for this system that Modiphius has to offer, and you can pick up a physical copy of the core rulebook to go with your digital prize. To enter, same as last time, no purchase necessary. We've posted a sweep widget link on our social media, in our Discord, and in the description of this episode. Follow that link to submit your email and follow instructions on how to enter to win. You just have to do 2 things. Complete both entries in order to be qualified to win. Don't just log in and visit the URL. You also gotta upload a pic of your Apple Podcast review. And please do, because we want to see everybody eligible to win this cool stuff. So firstly, visit that custom URL I mentioned, modiphius.net/respectthecrit. And the second thing, go to Apple Podcasts, make sure you follow Respect the Crit, and leave a 5-star rating and review. Screen cap or take a picture of your review and upload it to the sweep widget link that we posted. If you win, we'll read your review on our episode, just like we did with Gage's amazing review. And yes, if you've already left a review, screen cap it and upload it. Like I've been saying, if you haven't won yet, please feel free to enter again each time there's a new giveaway. We're really looking forward to hearing what you think about this episode or any of the other campaigns or stories that we've done, and wishing you all the luck to win cool Fallout prizes. Thank you to Modiphius Entertainment, and thank you for listening, for downloading, and for leaving us your feedback. Now, let's get back to the episode.
I would say everyone's gathered. You guys have full rest. How are you leaving First Hill? Because you are leaving First Hill, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think he's just like getting things ready to go with Dee Dee and making sure that we have supplies to, putting them on the various satchels on Dee Dee's back and stuff like that.
Yeah, we'll be leaving through Eastgate, probably.
Are you taking Dee Dee with you?
Yes. Yeah, we're
Okay.
taking Dee Dee.
Oh yeah, I never go anywhere without her. Dee Dee's my lucky charm. And she can hold a lot.
Amelia will have a much easier time of taking care of your shop, by the way, because of that. So she doesn't have to worry about the Brahmin droppings.
Yeah, we're still gonna need you, Gerry. Brahmin technician, we're gonna need you out there big time, And it's not just me that you gotta impress. You gotta impress Dee Dee.
I think that I can handle this, but you may need me for other things out there.
Yeah, you know what, Gerry? I'll pick up the slack and I'll take care of Dee Dee when you shoot the pistol. It's not that hard. I mean, Dee Dee. The pistol's pretty hard.
Teamwork, I love it. I love when a team comes together.
And now you see Gerry with like 2 guns on her hips, and then she's still fidgeting with the switchblade that you don't know where it came from.
She apparates it just...
Yeah, it was up a sleeve, so she has these 2 guns on her hips, and now she's fidgeting with the switchblade because now she's locked down in the city, so now she's just all kinds of fidgety with all her weapons, so...
Gerry, because you've been describing this fidgeting every time, the overwhelming sense of being trapped has been happening to Gerry. Any roll you make that is charisma based, or I would say charisma or intelligence based, it's going to be at increased difficulty by 1 until you get out of the city.
Yeah,
Ooh.
completely understand.
I'm not doing this to punish you. I love that you're doing this. Yeah.
I completely understand. She is fidgety as fuck right now.
To both Lance and Sunny, this is a Gerry they have not seen. I mean, they only met her yesterday.
Yeah.
But they got a good sense of who she is based on kind of the interactions and the teamwork that's been happening so far and the interview questions. This Gerry, for being so young, she carries almost like this air of leadership, but also kind of a killer's instinct. And I would think that Sunny recognizes this from his time on the road and his encounters with the Brotherhood. And Lance recognizes this from, again, the super duper Mart encounter.
Yeah, and Gerry's flipping this switchblade, it is dancing around her fingers. This blade is dancing around her fingers, and she's going from one hand to the other, this open blade, and she is not cutting herself.
Amelia watches in horror from the concrete block as she's sweeping.
Amelia, we're gonna go to Union, and we think your V is there with Mark. We're hoping, anyway. Is there anything that you'd like us to tell her? Any message that you would like us to pass on?
She takes a deep breath in. If you can, tell her to come back, but if not, just let her know that I want her to be happy.
Okay. Will do. Thank you so much for taking care of the store.
She puts her hand up. Sonny, and the rest of you, thank you for doing this. No one else listened to me. And she looks at Lance. You saw how they treated me.
Yeah, that wasn't too great.
I've lived here a long time. I've never seen them like this. First Hill has a reputation for taking care of its own, and I think you three, you're really holding up that motto.
You stay safe, Amelia. Just keep your eyes peeled. I've seen this kind of behavior before, and well, it always ends up being about control. So just be careful, okay?
She nods. Of course. Thank you again. And then some guy kind of walks in. Oh, are you open? And Amelia goes, oh, yes, right this way. And instead of setting everything up outside, she set up the store in the front of the shop front, where you don't want it to. Basically, the opposite of what you wanted. She's turned the storefront into an actual storefront as opposed to being a storeroom. And she just walks them in, and you hear, Sonny, to your dismay, oh wow, it's really nice in here.
Outside, that's where the fresh air is. That's what's gonna drive people. She's gonna ruin me, I swear.
Okay, I reach into my pack and I pull out a fidget spinner and I go, Gerry! and I toss it to her.
She expertly catches it, no problem, no check needed, nothing like that. She just...
And she's flipping the switchblade in one hand and the fidget spinner in another.
Okay, well, it's so you don't cut yourself, but I don't know. You do you. Let's go. Come on, Dee Dee.
I ain't got no honey, baby, now. I ain't got no sugar, baby, now. I ain't got no honey, baby, now.
You begin walking to East Gate. Heavily reinforced metallic gate. The gate slides open right, and all of you get, at least two of you, get your first glimpse at the exterior of the eastern gate. The exterior shows what once was East Madison Street, stretching northeast out into the wreckage and ruins of the Evergreen. The ruins of Seattle University stretch all across this large, at least 10 to 12 former city blocks east of First Hill, and you will be crossing through the northern section of these ruins.
Lead Dee Dee, bell clanging, ka-clang, ka-clang, ka-clang.
I did not think Dee Dee would be coming with you, so
No.
this is going to be great.
Oh, I don't want to lose Dee Dee.
Nothing bad's happening to Dee Dee. Nothing bad better happen to Dee Dee.
It's the first day of travel. I would say in the morning you're moving through Seattle University at a good pace, standard pace. It will take you about a day and a half. I will need one of you to give me a D20 roll, please.
I'll do it. I'll do that. 16.
Holy shit.
Is that a good holy shit?
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
Is it?
Is it the Wailing Wall already?
No, you're just in the
We're on the other end.
We went the wrong way.
Oh my god.
It's about 4 hours on the road. You're gonna get to a patch of wilderness that seems to have just overwhelmed this once pre-war neighborhood. Homes are kind of rendered inside out, seemingly by this burst of flora and fauna that have taken over. Every now and then there's one of those radiated deer that sees you and kind of hops out of the way. You're going to get to this one section where it's impossible to move from one side of the street to the other. You have to go through this completely wrecked, what looks to be local diner of some kind. You have to move through what looks like this semicircle carved opening in the ruins of this diner to progress through. The diner is substantially large, so once you pass through the semicircle opening, there's more of an interior. You can't quite see right now as it is pretty dark in there. What would you like to do?
Does it look pretty abandoned?
You can give me a perception survival check, please. Difficulty of 2.
Ooh.
Holy, you are on fire!
I am on
tonight. All
fire,
of you, all of
baby.
you have been doing really well.
Survival is my tag skill as well. So
Is it 3?
So 3, yeah. So I generate an action point from that.
Sonny, before you even enter this structure, the few beams and rays of light that actually get inside kind of paint the ground. You can see the pre-war black and white tile of this former diner. And you see other sections like a red top counter with silver trim. And you see an opening. The exit, also kind of engulfed in light as it is another semicircle opening, which is very strange. It's almost similar in size to this opening. And as you focus on this, something large, black, and shiny moves on the wall to the left of the exit across the diner. And it just shifts, and as it shifts and you see it, you can clearly make out 8 legs, 2 claws, and a tail with a barb on the end. This thing has not seen you, but you have seen it as it shifts, moving left and right a little bit, and then eventually slowly crawls into a pile of shrubbery at the base of the wall that you lose sight of.
I put up a hand to everyone to stop.
Rat scorpion up ahead. Hasn't seen us yet. Is there another way around?
Lance, give me a perception survival difficulty of 2, please, to check for a way around.
Gonna use that action point of ours to get 3, because my score is gonna be 4. Oof. Well, that's a crit, so 2 successes.
And on this show, we gotta respect the crit. That's a 1, which is a crit. You get an action point back. Lance, quickly, the mentioned rat scorpion, the minute it leaves his decaying ghoul lips, your spine gets shivers. You've seen pictures of him. You've heard the stories from the rats, the rat squads that have come back to the vault. These things are fucking terrible. So your eyes dart left, right. You look behind you, maybe there's a path you missed. You look up towards the roof of the structure, maybe there's something I can do. Hoping against all odds, and sure enough, you see a section of the roof on the right side has collapsed at the base, right underneath the sun. You're not quite sure what the roof looks like, but this makeshift ramp is enough and looks stable enough to take all of you up there at least.
Alright, he's gonna point at it, just whisper a little more nervously.
You think we could make it up there? Oh yeah, it looks big enough for Didi. I don't know if it's gonna hold, but it's worth a shot.
Hey Gerry, you can go take a peek. Look if it's safe.
You know what? Can I spend a point of luck to, in fact, this will hold the weight of all of us and a Brahmin.
How many luck points do you have, my friend, total?
4.
So you have 3 left then.
Okay.
Sonny looks at the ramp, and he sees that underneath there's just this enormous amount of rubble, just like concrete, destroyed cars. Somebody, actually, made sure that this ramp was sturdy enough to get up and above.
Pretty boy, why don't you go ahead? Since I have this. And Gerry will take out her powerful pipe gun. I'll guard the back. You lead the way. Speaking to Lance, the pretty boy.
Oh, wait, you weren't speaking to Sonny?
Excuse me?
Sonny,
What?
yeah, Sonny starts to go like, oh,
Yeah, no, I get it.
Probably can notice his demeanor's different in this environment. He's a lot more nervous. You call him like pretty boy and go up there. He's like,
Name's Lance, and I don't know, I've never done this before. Yeah, sure, I'll see what I can do.
And as a counterpoint to Lance, in the city, Gerry was very nervous because she was out of her element there. And now, in this environment, completely strong and confident and like in control. So it's just like they're two counterpoints to each other.
So I guess he goes up the ramp. He'll
Well, as you're going up the ramp, I need you to give me the best. I believe it is agility, stealth.
Oh, I should have gone first.
Yeah, let's say 2 because you did roll a crit earlier. DC 2.
spend one again. Sorry, spend all our action points. Got to beat 8.
Well,
Nice.
But I got a 19.
well,
though.
there is a 19. Boy, howdy, have I been waiting for a complication.
He's hungry.
He's hungry. The devil man is hungry.
Certain El Diablo must feed.
Lance, my boy, you ascend the concrete ramp. It's very sturdy. You move up quietly. Your Vault-Tec jumpsuit little footies quietly padding on the concrete as you slide your way up. Your breathing, to you, is the loudest it's ever been. You reach the crest of the roof. You hear a click, and as you look up, there is a woman in garbs, with very like ragged garbs, blood dripping out of her chest, green ooze coming out of her mouth as she's on her side, pointing a gun at you. Has her finger up to her mouth, shivering as she does so.
Shut the fuck up and listen to me. Turn around.
You can tell she's shaking. There's something wrong with her.
Can I tell what's wrong with her? Medically.
I think you got the know-how, right? Pretty smart.
That was my major.
Let's call it intelligence medicine.
All right, that's gonna be
DC 1.
my cocky. Yeah, I'm gonna be cocky. Just rolling.
Do it. Yeah.
Nice. That's one
Buying
action
up.
point for you.
Yeah, thank you.
She is suffering heavily from poison, and there is only one wound on her body that you can see because her upper chest area has this huge hole where something looks like it has come in and pulled out.
How can I heal poison? I have a few things on me. I don't know.
Do you have an antidote?
No, an antidote? No, I do not.
For poison, I think you can use...
I'll suck it. I'll just suck and drink it.
Yeah, you would, bro.
I'll keg stand it if I must. Can I use luck points to find an antidote in my bag?
How many luck points do you have total? How many do you have?
4.
Give me all of them. I'll give it to you.
Thank you. So he'll like put up his hands and go, I understand. I can see you're critically injured and I have exactly what you need to get healed. I have an antidote on me.
She stops you, puts the gun, like she kind of aggressively shoves the gun. Shut the fuck up. She looks, her eyes darting down, looks back to you. She wants to trust you, but it's like, you know, she's dying up here.
Like he'll keep one hand up and show that he's gonna reach in his pocket, in his bag, and he shuffles through it and like brings out the little vial. It's probably got the needle or whatever.
It's gonna take you some time to administer it. That's gonna be the challenge here. And while this is happening, I need Sunny and Gerry to roll agility stealth ones.
Ooh, baby.
DC of 2. We'll start with Gerry first.
Oh, dang. Just
Those are failures. Sunny, please.
Ooh.
You said one success, right? Or was it 2 successes?
Yeah, I said 2 actually.
Son of a...
So, it's not both of your faults. It's Dee Dee's fault.
Don't you put this on Dee Dee.
No, it was my fault. It wasn't Dee Dee.
It was my fault. It was my fault.
Big old Brahmin fart.
He's not wrong. The tension that's building for both of you as you see Lance halfway up there, put his hands up, you know he's seen somebody's up there with him. And then it's at this moment Dee Dee decides to let out the loudest fart ever. Not only does it make noise, but it frightens both of you to go, "Ha!" And Sunny, your eyes haven't left that rat scorpion. And as the fart and the noise happen, it shifts and its eyes face you. And its little pincers begin. It's thrown caution to the wind, and it's coming out of this little diner. I need a initiative. Order will go as follows: Gerry, Sunny, Rat Scorpion, Dee Dee, then Lance. Correct?
Damn, DD's got better than me.
Miss Gerry.
Gerry is gonna do quick draw and draw her pipe gun and take aim and shoot.
Roll an agility plus small guns, please. DC of 2 to hit this thing.
Okay.
Hey, that's a crit.
I got a crit, so that's 2.
That's 2. You hit it right in its fucking body. Alright.
Yeah.
Center mass, baby.
You got the 4 damage off on this thing. Onto its torso. You take aim. Bah, bah, bah. Your bullets are true and strike the target. They bend his carapace and do no damage.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna take another shot because I have a fast shot.
Go ahead and roll your attack roll, please.
I got one though.
Second shot. Bah, bah. These go a little wide. I would say that Gerry's getting flashbacks of shooting at something and nothing happening. And you have 2 action points left in the pool.
Damn, all these appropriate flashbacks.
Yeah, I was hoping that it'd be at least 1, but god damn, 2 big ones? Love it. Anything else, Gerry?
Gerry's just gonna stand in front of Sunny and the Brahmin, or Dee Dee, if she wasn't already.
Oh my god. So she steps forward. And I would just, for flavor, you're reloading the pipe pistols. We're gonna move to Sunny. Sunny, you watch Gerry shoot this thing, and it doesn't seem to care.
As a minor action, I pull out my pipe pistol as well, and I'm like, Lance, it's coming, Lance! Protect Dee Dee! I'm gonna try and shoot this thing. I'll spend an action point to get another die, because I think I'm also at 2 difficulty.
That, my friend, that's 2.
Yeah, so I got a 5, that's a hit, and then a 3, that's a tag skill, so...
It's tagged? Okay.
Yeah.
That's a crit.
We gotta respect that crit!
You gotta respect the crit.
I got 3 damage, so I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna spend some ammo to do 2 more damage dice. So I'm rolling 5 altogether. Here we go.
Oh my god. So that's 4 damage again, I assume, right?
Yep, that's 4 damage. I don't have an effect to do on this, so yeah, 4 damage. Oh, I guess I should roll where it's gonna hit. Yeah, hang on. 6.
6 is the torso again.
Oh, great.
Sunny, one handed just bah, 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 bah. The bullets strike the carapace, and the carapace just bends.
How much damage resistance does this thing have?
Exactly 4. Done?
That's my turn. That's all I can do.
I'm gonna give you a choice, Mr. Sunny. This rat scorpion can come for you, or it can come for Dee Dee.
I mean, it's gotta come for me.
Okay.
Dee Dee is too pure for this world.
It scuttles. It's going to try to claw at you, Sunny. It misses. And I get a complication, I guess, because I rolled a 19, or do monsters not trigger complications?
I don't know. I don't know.
Let's say, for the sake, because this thing is pretty gnarly, I'll say it's a complication. Sunny, it attacks you, but something negative happens to this Forkin. What do you think that is?
I think it slams its tail into a part, like a piece of concrete, like like reinforced concrete, and with all that like rebar in there, and it gets its tail stuck in the concrete.
So as it moved out and then lunged with its claw, its body went forward, and the tail just gets kind of, it doesn't do damage, but it gets impaled or trapped in these cross beams, these little like rebar pieces that are all twisted and like turning. Its tail's like all gnarled up in there, and it just cannot do anything. It misses. Luckily, you just feel the air, kind of the wind blow by you.
That was close.
Dee Dee's turn. Where's Dee Dee going?
Sunny slaps Dee Dee on the butt and is like, yeah! Dee Dee just goes. Dee Dee just moves, just spends everything to just Get out of there.
So she begins trotting. I would say she's on the ramp because that's one zone away.
Okay.
Right? And you can move to one adjacent zone. She's up on the ramp.
Gotcha.
Lance, you feel the ground moving. The woman looks kind of terrified as the first two, the Brahmin heads pop up over the little crest of the roof, like it's coming up. Which takes us to your turn, Lance.
So Lance has got his vial and syringe because it's not prepped, right? I would have to prep it.
Yeah, it's not prepped. You gotta prep
Damn.
it. Yeah.
From the roof, did you describe like a vantage point to the inside of the diner?
I did not, but
Okay.
I'll let you describe it. What do you think it looks like up there, Lance?
Yeah, I would assume it's pretty flat. It's got some obstacles, some debris, or some old ventilation like boxes on top. Like probably a way that this lady came up on the roof that wasn't from the same way I came, like a second access to the roof. Something else that's like a beam that fell.
I say that on the path leading to the other side of the roof, the exit essentially of the roof, along that path there are two kind of I-beams that have collapsed into the structure from, let's say, a nearby building that's just its skeletal remains are left. But there is a rope tied to like a pre-war AC unit or something, and it's just dangling off the side. So she came in through the I-beams. She went exploring by using the rope to get down there.
All right, he sees Dee Dee coming in. He's like, all right, that's a good girl. Come over here, Dee Dee. Come over here. And he's... What's he gonna do? Oh my god.
She just...
So he kind of gestures to the lady like, it's okay. It's our Brahmin. All right, he's gonna give the vial and syringe to the lady and say, now you hold on to this. I'll be right back.
Yeah, okay. That's a minor action for sure.
Yeah, he will turn back around past Dee Dee, kind of like slap her on the ass cheek again, like, all right, keep moving. And he'll go down the ramp. And as he does so, and he'll just like yell to the other two, all right, come on, let's move up.
So you yell at them. You are in, because you can move two zones with sprint, you're in the same zone as the rest of your party, as well as the trapped rat scorpion, which is lashing out. And you can hear rubble shifting as its tail is just tied up in these rebar, these pieces are these like, what would you call them? These like pieces of rebar all tangled up. And it's snapping with its claws. Rubble is falling, like something's gonna give at some point.
No, he'll just like gesture to Gerry and Sunny, like, get the fuck up there.
Top of the round. Hey, Ian, because you came up with the cool idea, can you give me a d20 roll, please?
Yes.
Let's see how sturdy this these pieces of rebar are.
Oh. Right. 5.
Well,
5's pretty sturdy,
we're
right?
going by
Traditionally.
it's the 2d20 system, so lower is better. I'll give it to you. 5 is pretty good.
Oh, I like this new system.
I would say it's sturdy. Gerry, you're up.
Minor action. Take aim, although that just gives me a reroll. Aim at the head. After seeing that torso has no effect.
Twice, yeah.
And then shoot.
And it's in the same zone, so the DC is not 2 anymore, it's 1, because your gun is working at close range. So that's a hit. And you were targeting... Oh, no, but you're targeting the head, right?
Oh, yeah.
So it actually goes up to 2. Yeah.
Oh, that's
Damn
right.
it.
Damn it.
What a
I
journey we
tried
went
so
on.
hard.
Oh, no.
Should I spend the one more action point?
You have 2. You guys have 2 action.
Yeah, go for it.
Go for it.
I guess I'll spend one more action point because I have fast shot. Still aiming at the head, I guess. Even though
Okay, so it's DC 2.
I need 2 successes. No.
Holy fuck.
Gerry's trying, guys.
Okay, Gerry, the bullets go slightly off. The first one is so close. The other 2 are way off. I would say it's a count of you kind of reliving the attack. And just like, focus, Gerry, focus.
Gerry's hands are shaking, but she's standing between Sunny, Lance, and the scorpion.
Okay. Sunny, it is your turn.
Gerry, that thing, it's... we can't do nothing. Get out of here. We gotta get out of here.
And he's gonna do exactly what Lance said and get the fuck out of there. So yeah, I'm gonna spend my major action to sprint and just like get up to where Dee Dee is.
Yeah, so Dee Dee's still on the ramp, but you would pass Dee Dee and go onto the roof if you sprinted.
Okay, yeah. Then I like grab Dee Dee's harness or whatever in front of her, and I'm like pulling her up from up the roof.
You get up there and you see this woman bleeding from her chest, which has this huge gaping wound, and she's holding a syringe that's empty and a vial, and her gun is just like tossed kind of near her at her side, and she's on her side looking up at you.
Oh, you're gonna want to get out of here.
She looks at what she's holding, looks up at you, and her breathing just gets kind of like shallower, and she's panicking. Anything else, Sonny?
No, I think that's it for me.
The rat scorpion. There are two of you down there, but Gerry's standing in front, so it's gonna go after Gerry. It misses wildly on both. So that's a 14 and a 17. I'm looking for an 11. Its pincers. Gerry's kind of like, she has enough wherewithal to move out of the way as this thing can lurch forward just a little bit, and you're just out of reach as its pincers clap in front of your face, just trying to get you, but it can't. With a 5, that rebar is holding it in place. Dee Dee's turn.
Oh, Dee Dee pulls up the rest of the way onto the roof after pulling her up. Yeah.
She moves one zone, which means she's up on the roof now.
And then she fires a pipe pistol down at the...
This roof, I'm going to say Dee Dee's on the roof now. So why don't you give me a D20 roll? Lower the better here.
Gotcha. 16?
Sunny pulls the harness, the lead on Dee Dee. And the woman slowly crawls with the accoutrement in her hands. As you're all moving, you hear... She stops. Both of you look back. Even Dee Dee looks back. And where Dee Dee was standing, there's a crack begins to form in the roofing, stretching towards you. At the end of this round, if you or Dee Dee or the woman are not off the roof, it will collapse. She's crawling off the roof. She's still crawling.
We don't got much time. Come on, hurry up.
I yell down.
Lance, there is a rat scorpion itching its way to pinch Gerry because she's just so darn cute.
I think he'd wait for Gerry to go before going. No, I'll ready my action, basically. When Gerry leaves, he'll move as well. Gerry, you gotta get on that roof right now! And I'm readying my sprinting as soon as she leaves.
It's funny because the player knows, Xavier knows that thing's gonna collapse, but Lance doesn't know it's gonna break.
It's true.
All right, top of the third round.
So Gerry is going to turn. She's going to look at Lance and then just push him up the ramp. Like, still holding the gun, but like, push him first.
So the ramp is one zone away from you. It's not like right next to you. You got a couple of steps before you get up the ramp. So I'd say you can push him in the general direction because you're both, as far as I know, Xavier, you're still in the zone with Gerry, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, yeah. So you're gonna push him in the general direction. Like, hey, go that way.
Yeah.
Are you showing me that you're gonna go up or not? Are you like, I'm staying here? Or are you like, I'm coming, but you go first?
Yeah. It's more like, in her mind, you look like a naive baby. And she's like, she knows the world, so you go first. She can handle this between the two of you.
All right, if you're showing signs of you're going to, he'll like, oh, all right, like, and he'll sprint up.
Okay, yep. Then you sprint up, and you are now on the roof. Hey, Sunny, can you give me a D6, please?
Yes, I can. How about a 6? How does that suit you?
Lance, you step up on the roof, and the section of the roof that you're standing on collapses.
Oh no.
Oops.
So Lance comes up. Hey,
Oh, God. Lance! You're too handsome to die.
Dee Dee looks behind her. The woman watches in horror. She's just like, oh my God. I'm not going to say you take any damage. I'm just going to say that this is an environmental hazard. But you are on your back at the start of your turn, Lance, inside the diner.
Okay. I'm okay.
Gerry.
He interrupted my turn to run up there and then collapse through the ground.
Yeah. Boom, fall straight through, yeah. The rat scorpion's attention turns to it.
So Gerry's plan of escaping is gone. She was trying to protect all of them, and now one of them's in the danger zone of this rad scorpion. So she turns around, their gun's still out, and shoots.
Are you aiming specifically at its head again?
I mean, in the moment, she wouldn't think about it. It's more so, oh shit, Lance is in trouble. Shoot.
Okay, so DC 1. DC 1 success.
Ooh,
Hey!
1 success.
That 20, however, we gotta respect the crit even when it's my complication. Go ahead and let's do the damage rolls, please. Oh my god, how many doubles is that?
A 3, so that's 6 damage there.
Roll a d20, please, to see where you hit it.
Oh, please not the torso.
That's the torso.
Ah, damn it.
So
Big torso.
you as Lance collapses, you hear it, you see it, you just you unleash the bullets. You lose count. Its torso kind of creaks, and it's 6 damage total.
Yeah.
2 goes through. You see little spurts of green liquid come out of its torso. You've got some damage through. You realize it takes a lot of force to get through its carapace.
I'm sorry, guys, but I'm the only one doing the damage. I think I'm gonna spend an action point to use fast shot.
You're gonna burn more bullets.
Yep. One more success.
Roll a d20 so where you hit it, please.
Alrighty.
So it's left arm. It's one of its claws. We'll do the complication. Go ahead and roll your damage. That's 3. Pa. The legs also buckle but do not bleed or break. No damage goes to them.
You guys just hear like 13 shots go off.
Here's a ringing.
Yeah, you're like, ugh. Here's the complication. Lance, when you fell, something broke your fall.
Oh no.
No.
Wow, I don't feel too bad. What is this? Your arms are covered in green goop. As you look around, you fell into this rat scorpion's eggs and have destroyed all of them as you fell.
Good.
Good.
That's good.
It is getting shot, but as you fall, it turns around. Like in real life, scorpions can't make noise.
I've never heard of scorpion, no.
This one does. As it rips over your ears ringing. All of you on the roof, and Gerry as well out there, hear the noise. And you feel like anybody within a mile of this fucking diner hears this shriek. Sonny, the floor behind you is collapsing.
I imagine I saw Lance like come up and then fall through the
Yeah.
the ceiling though.
Yep.
Is this woman here on the roof?
Yeah, she's ahead of you a little bit.
Okay,
She's
but
crawling
she's like
around.
making her way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But it's very slowly, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Worry about that later. All right. I grab Dee Dee's head and I say,
Girl, you gotta get out of here. Just make your way. I know you can do it. I'll meet back up with you in a second. Mwah.
I kiss her on both of the heads, slap her ass again so that she makes her way down the thing, and then I'm gonna move to where I can see where this stuff is happening. Is that one zone or do I have to move 2 zones?
You don't have to move from the zone. You're on the roof.
Okay.
You can see down into the diner. You can see the rat scorpion. You can see Gerry shooting it. Lance would be to your left in the broken part of the roof.
Okay.
But you have to go to the edge to see him. Also, if you do not get off this roof by the end of this round, it will collapse.
So here's what I'd like to do, and tell me if I can do this and what I might need to do this. I've noticed bullets don't really like bust this thing, so I need to do something that does like blunt damage. And so I'm looking for something along this roof that I can bang, shoot, or drop to like smash this bug, basically.
Home Alone style.
There's an AC. There's an AC unit on this roof.
Perfect. That's what I am trying to do. So,
That's the one tied to the rope, right?
The one that's got a rope tied to it. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to try and make my way to that and like, I don't know, push it, or if it's on a section that looks loose, like try and get it to crush this bug if that's possible.
It's gonna be strength athletics to push this fucking thing off the edge.
Yeah, that
Let's
makes
call
sense.
it DC 2.
Rather than pushing the thing, is there anything I can shoot around it that would like destabilize the section or not possible.
Give me the last 3 of your luck points, and I'll say that there's like a Freon unit or some sort of like atomic core that's on it. It's gonna give off a small explosion, and it'll fly.
I'll do that. I will do that. I will give you all my luck points.
All your luck points. The AC unit, though 200 plus years old, still has its nice atomic core. Slightly exposed because the compartment that covers it has been ripped via wear and tear or the ages, what have you. But you see the glowing of a core. If you were to shoot at that core and hit it, I would say with 3 luck points, this bitch goes flying, perfect trajectory, 1 zone over, and will hit the rat scorpion.
Okay.
So I'm gonna need a small guns agility check, DC 3.
DC 3. All right. I'm gonna buy 3 action points to spend. We have none right now.
So I get 3.
Yeah, so you get 3. All right. Oh!
Those are all hits.
And
So
2's
you
my
bank-
tag skill. Or it's my tag skill,
Yep.
so 2's a crit.
You bank 3 action points. And the crit alone, which we are respecting, gets you the hit. Sonny quickly analyzes the entire situation. Everything's gone ass sideways at this point. He looks around. He hears Lance. Oh no! Kind of moving in muck. He hears the gunfire from Gerry. Pa, 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 pa. He hears the woman. Oh fuck! 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 He hears Dee Dee. And something above all that noise is this humming, which catches his attention. This open compartment on the back of the AC unit glows. And it gives Sonny, again, a good flashback of running to the fairgrounds. Mother and father in front of him, dragging him. Come on, come on! As he looks over his left shoulder as he's being dragged or pulled by his parents. They're moving so much faster than he is. And he can see the glow of something on the horizon, way, way off north from where they are. Almost looks like a mushroom, he thought to himself. Snaps back. He has the gun in his hand already, aiming towards the core. Pulls the trigger. The core lets off a small explosion. Not damaging him, but damaging the platform that he is standing on. I'm gonna say it begins to crack, but it's not gonna fall yet. It's gonna fall at the end of the turn. The AC unit goes flying, rotating in midair as it does, and almost as if it's got this perfect trajectory. Lands on his back, looks up and sees this thing explode, hit it like a loud popping sound as it flies, and lands directly on the rat scorpion. Give me a d20 to see where this fucking thing lands, please.
Ooh, it's head.
So normally, if you roll randomly on the head, it has 4 resistance, but because you spent 3 luck points and you rolled so many crits today, none of the resistance will hold up against the 8d6 I need you to roll.
All right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Roll it.
Whoa.
That looks pretty good.
That looks really good. So the 4 is a 0.
Yeah, 4 and 3s are
5 is an
0.
effect.
5 is 1 plus damage trigger effect.
I think that's 6 total.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, you're right.
6 in the damage effect, I'm gonna say is 5 damage addition. 11 damage. This thing lands directly on its head. Its claws begin snapping wildly. It flails about. Oh, it's more than 5 damage to the head, so it suffers a critical injury. It is dazed. It loses its normal actions. It can spend action points, which I have a lot of, which I'm gonna do. It cannot see clearly, and all the difficulty checks are raised by 2 for attacking. That was a hell of a turn. This thing is pretty much...
Thank you for thank you, and thanks for slipping that little flashback in there. That was
Yeah.
Just had to.
that was clever.
I believe that's the end of your turn, Sonny, correct?
Yeah, that's it.
So at the end of the turn, you're going down. I just want to let you know you're falling.
Did you take a minor action?
No, I think he slapped Dee Dee to tell her, "Hey, go." I believe.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I'll
Commanding an NPC is a major action, but I'll just say that you interacted with Dee Dee because technically Dee Dee is like It's your equipment.
It's true.
Extension of yourself.
Don't ever speak about DD as equipment.
Well, for this case, I will. But in as far as like, does it have a soul? Yes, of course. It does.
Yes.
2 souls.
Yeah, you're right. 2 souls. How dare I? Of course.
The Duke and Duchess. Come on.
I like how I always assume Dee Dee's a girl, so it's like the Duchess is the most dominant of the two.
Yeah.
It's the Rat Scorpion's turn. It's gonna burn an action point because I have so many. It's gonna burrow. I'm gonna say burrowing releases its tail from the rebarbs, and all of you lose sight of it. It is now Dee Dee's turn.
Dee Dee runs action movie style away from the crumbling roof to escape to safety.
Dee Dee is now on the ramp, on the exit ramp. They are safe. Lance!
I don't think Lance has any idea what transpired outside of the diner. So he's gonna get up. Could I get up and move? Because you cannot take 2 move actions.
Move the minor action to move. Alternatively, stand up from a prone position. Yep.
Since I can't move twice, he's going to defend. He doesn't know what's happening. The ceiling might be collapsing soon, so he's just gonna not duck and cover, but brace himself, bring his arms up in a exhibit fashion over his head.
X gonna give it to you.
Yes.
I like it. I love it. Lance readies to defend himself from either the rat scorpion or the roof collapsing.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. Anything else, my friend?
He's gonna yell, "Anybody still on that roof, get the hell out of there!"
And right as he says that, top of the order, Sonny, you're falling, my friend.
Yep. Yeah.
What? Not only do you fall right next to him in the remnants of the eggs. So you don't take any damage as well, but you're in goop and you're prone. Jer.
Oh my gosh. She was trying so hard to protect you guys.
And we're all...
Well, you did. Technically, you did.
Yeah, you did. We all just ended up here. Again.
Couldn't protect us from the roof.
That's true. So Gerry's going to go to the exit. I'm not sure if she could make it out of it, but even if she could, she's going to stand in the exit with her weapon drawn. So she'll take her major action.
To sprint.
Yeah, to sprint there, but then turn around and look at them.
Gotcha, she's facing inside the diner.
And then I'm not sure if it's acceptable, but she does have that fast shot still. If she could, if they are in trouble, use the second major action she has to defend them.
Readying to shoot if you see it again, so I'll allow it. I think it works out in this instance. Anything else, Jer?
Nope.
Sonny, you are prone in some egg goop.
Ah, God, what the hell is this?
I stand up next to Lance and I say,
Where the hell is that thing?
and I look around for it. It's like somewhere, so I'm just gonna like pull my pistol and just ready in action to, when it pops up, I'm gonna pop it.
Okay. Oh man, it's about to get lit up. Okay. The rat scorpion does indeed pop up. You're all in the same zone, but it's decided, hey, this guy killed my baby. It pops up right in front of Lance. So Gerry, I believe you set it up first, so go ahead and take your attack action, please. Are you aiming for any area specifically?
No, and I can't aim.
Oh, you can. Okay, so it's a DC of 1.
Got it.
10. Okay, yeah, it's a hit.
And then I'll roll where I hit it.
That, I believe, is the torso.
Oh, damn it!
I mean, it's right there. It's mostly torso.
Yeah.
Ooh, damage effects.
4 total?
No, I think that's 5 total.
5, yeah.
5. Okay. Gerry unloads. From the doorway. As this thing is right in Lance's face. Some of the bullets bounce off, but one goes cleared through its torso. And it's like there's chunks of something as the bullet passed through that it took with it. And the rat scorpion slowly drops its pincers and then collapses. You are out of combat. Congratulations. It had 1 HP left.
Yes!
Whoa! wait. You got the friggin' like when you shoot a lethal shot in Fallout and the camera follows the bullet.
Slow-mo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, that was so intense.
Yeah, it was.
The party catching their breath as this corpse of a rat scorpion rests there. Gerry breathing hard. Lance still defending and lowering his hands as the rat scorpion's corpse is directly in front of him. Sonny kind of trembling and then realizing he doesn't have to fire the shot and putting his gun away. And right behind Gerry as she stands silhouetted by the light peering through the exit. Almost, kind of like a Western style as our camera focuses on her. Another silhouette comes into view, and it is Dee Dee mooing.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode of Respect the Crit's Wasteland Adventure, Fallout Evergreen. If you like what you heard, please consider supporting us by giving us a 5-star rating and review on Apple Podcasts, or whatever platform you use to listen. It's easy, free, helps other people learn about the show, and we love to read your feedback. For more information about the show, visit @RespectTheCrit on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, or come chat with us in our official Discord server. Gerry is played by Susan Spenader, who you can find on Instagram @SuzLalouz. Lance Burnett is played by Xavier Trudeau-Deschênes, who can be found on Twitter @XavierTD. Sunny Takase is played by me, your host, Ian Duncan, and you can find me on Twitter and Instagram @IDunks. Our guest GM for this game is Alex Herrera, who you can find on Twitter @AE Herrera or on his Twitch channel, WadeWolf10. The original music in this episode is provided with license or permission by a variety of talented artists, whose info and credits can be found in the episode notes. Please support them by visiting their platforms to hear more of their work, and tell them how much you like their music in our show. Our outro song is Some Things Never Change by Gavin Dunn. You can hear more of his work on Bandcamp and YouTube at Miracle of Sound. The Fallout 2D20 RPG system is licensed by Bethesda and published by Modiphius Entertainment. Special thanks to our friends at Modiphius for donating prizes to our giveaways for this campaign. You can learn more and grab your own copy of the official Fallout RPG by visiting modiphius.net/respectthecrit. Special thanks to the team at Fallout Cascadia for use of their music. You can learn more about this incredible, ambitious Fallout 4 mod at falloutcascadia.com. And remember, whatever the system, whether it's a miss or a hit, you always gotta respect the crit. Thank you very much, and we'll see you in the wasteland.
I need to pull up a stat block. Oh boy. Oh boy. What level are you guys? 1? Oh.
Don't ask that. We're the right level.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, death claws are. No, I'm just kidding.